Hey guys, welcome to the Hacked Existence tutorial on building the Raspyjack. So by the end of this video, I'll show you how to build one of these. And this is a Pi Sugar 3 battery. You don't actually have to use the battery. You can do it without that. It makes a much smaller case, but then you have to power it externally. It's a Raspberry Pi 02W with an Ethernet hat, so we can jack into networks. It's got wireless for deauth on 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, and a display with a joystick and 3 buttons. And so you can see some of the features here. We've got Nmap, reverse shell, responder, man in the middle, DNS spoofing, wireless. The payloads menu has, breakout so you can play games. It's got snake, it's got deauth attacks, it's got exfiltration, keyboard sniffers, all kinds of stuff in here. So under the hood, this is just Raspbian, so you can load any kind of Linux tools you want on here, and it's just an ultra portable little network piece of equipment. Built a case for it, and so you got a cap on there that'll keep the screen safe, so you can throw this in a backpack and it's going to hold up pretty well. But all in all, this thing will do wireless and wired attacks, and it's fully battery powered, self-contained, and you can play games on it. So let's jump into the bill of materials. All right, here's our bill of materials. We're going to start with the heart of the operation. This is the Raspberry Pi 02W. And I've got a set of header pins here that we're going to have to solder on to be able to attach the hats. So you can buy the 02W or you can buy the 02WH, which comes with the header pins already soldered on. To that, we're going to host the OS on a 16 gig micro SD card. And stacked on top of that, we're going to use the Waveshare ETH USB hub hat. Now it looks like this. It's going to plug onto the GPIO pins and then provide a female connector that will stick the display on. It comes with a little micro USB jumper that we're going to have to use to power it. On top of that, we're going to plug in the 1.44 inch LCD hat. This is also from Waveshare. And this is going to provide us the display with 3 buttons and a joystick here, and it'll plug right onto the top of the Ethernet hat. So optionally, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and plug in a Pi Sugar 3 so that this can be battery powered, so I don't have to power it manually. And the Pi Sugar 3 is a nice little battery pack with these pogo plugs that will attach right to the bottom of the Pi Zero and give it 1200 milliamp hours of battery life and USB-C charging. Again, that's optional. You don't need that. The next piece is the 3D printed case. So I made 2 different bottom pieces here, one that holds the Pi Sugar and one that doesn't. So if you're going to print a case, you got to pick which one, how you're going to build it. And along with that, we have these 2 little button inserts that are going to push into here to be buttons. I have a top plate that'll go on top to protect the screen, and a cap that will plug in to keep the screen protected when you put it in a backpack or whatever. And then the cap also comes off and plugs on the bottom for when it's in use. So this will give us a nice portable holster for it that'll keep it safe and allow you to just throw it in a backpack. Another optional upgrade, I'm going to do the AC1300. I tried a few different USB Wi-Fi adapters. The nice thing about this one is it does 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. So if you want to be able to connect to wireless, you can use the onboard wireless chipset, but the onboard chipset on the Pi 02W doesn't do deauthentication at the moment, so you need an external adapter for that. And again, that is the TP-Link AC1300 is the one that I tested that worked and did 2.4 and 5 gigahertz deauth successfully. So I'm going to be plugging one of those in as well. All right, let's jump over to the computer and get the micro SD set up. Okay, to build our image, I'm going to be using Raspberry Pi Imager. I'm just going to scroll down here to Raspberry Pi 02W and hit next. And here I'm going to scroll down to Raspberry Pi OS Other, and I will pick Raspberry Pi OS Lite 32-bit. Here I'm going to select my micro SD card, and I'll give it a host name of Raspyjack. And here the capital city doesn't matter. I'm just going to pick the proper time zone and keyboard layout. Here for the username, I'm going to give it a username of Raspyjack, and I'll make a password for that. This is what we'll use to SSH into the Pi. Here I'm going to configure my Wi-Fi so that it joins my Wi-Fi so I can SSH into it. Here I'm going to enable SSH, and I'll leave Raspberry Pi Connect off, and I'll go ahead and write that image. All right, now that our micro SD is out, we will eject it and jump back over to the bench. Okay, now I'm just going to solder the header pins onto the 02W. All right, now that we've got the header pins soldered on, we can go ahead and connect the Pi Sugar to the bottom of the Pi, and I'm going to do that using the 4 screws that the Pi Sugar came with. All right, now that our Pi Sugar is married to the Pi, we can put in the micro SD card that we built. And now since we already configured the Wi-Fi during the image build, we can hit power and then hold it down to boot it up. And let's jump over to the computer. All right, so now that our Raspyjack is all booted and on our Wi-Fi network, I'm going to go to the Raspyjack Github and I'm going to scroll down here to the build instructions. And basically it's going to tell us we need to SSH to the Raspyjack. So I figured out that the IP address of the Raspyjack is 192.168.50.38 by looking at the DHCP logs on my router. Optionally, you could also plug in an HDMI monitor to the Raspberry Pi and it'll show you the IP address on the screen. And we're going to SSH with -L Raspyjack. That's the username we configured when we built the image. We'll go ahead and accept the SSH key. We'll type in the password we made. And now as we do with any new build, we'll do sudo apt update. And we'll do sudo apt upgrade. Now that we're all upgraded, the next step is to install Git. So we'll do a sudo apt install Git. Now we'll do sudo su. We'll do a cd space, we'll do a pwd to make sure that we are in /root, and then over here we'll copy this line to clone the Raspyjack GitHub repo. Alright, and here we can see we've got a folder called Raspyjack, so I'm going to mv Raspyjack to a capital Raspyjack. Now we'll cd into that directory, we'll chmod +x, install raspyjack.sh, and then we'll do a /install raspyjack.sh. Alright, now that we're done installing, I'll do a shutdown -h now to shut it down so we can jump back over to the bench and get the hardware finished up. Okay, so we have to be really careful with this next step. Even though we gave it a shutdown -h now, this is one of the problems with the Pi Sugar, one of its shortcomings. You can see the blue light is on, it's still powered on. So what I'm going to do is push the power button and then hold it down until that blue light turns off. We want to make sure that blue light is turned off before we start plugging things into the GPIO pins that are going to pull electricity. So now that we know that it's powered off, we can take the Ethernet board and plug it into the GPIO pins and get our Ethernet board all mounted on there. Next we'll attach the display. Alright, now our hardware stack is complete, so what I'm going to do is pull out the micro SD card and we'll get the case ready to go. Okay, I'm going to begin by placing the buttons in their little sockets here. Now I'm going to make sure and kind of fold the wires out of the way so they don't get stuck in the corner. And now I'll slide this in with it held down so that the buttons don't pop up as I slide it in. And it's a tight fit, so you kind of got to wiggle it in there. Alright, and as you saw me do, you might have to play with it a little bit to get the buttons right in the right place. And careful if you're pulling down on any of the connectors. Once it's all in there nice and snug, you should be able to push the button and we can see the lights light up. So that button's working. I can click that and hear that button's working. So now we can apply the top plate. I'm going to take the screen protector off first. And I like to, these pop into divots inside the base, so I'm going to squeeze it kind of when I push it in there. Squeeze this side. Should click in there nicely. Next we're going to insert the micro SD. Now I'll push and then hold to fire it up. And now we can see we booted Raspyjack, and that takes about a full minute because you got to keep in mind this is a full-blown distro of Linux booting off of a Raspberry Pi Zero. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and shut it down with the power button. And the last step we're going to do is to install the little jumper. And I'll go ahead and plug in the Wi-Fi dongle. This is optional if you want deauth attacks. You're going to need that. Now we should be able to boot it up again. Alright, and now when you're not using the lid, it can go on the bottom, but it should just pop right on the top. And now you've got a nice little self-contained Raspyjack. You've got Wi-Fi to do 2.4 and 5 gigahertz deauth. You've got wired Ethernet, so you can jack into a network, run Nmap scans, stuff like that. This thing's got games on it, all kinds of fun stuff. So now it's time to get out there and explore what the Raspyjack can do. As always, stay tuned, and thanks for watching.